Today we're going to talk about the different functionality that we tend to integrate with an ERP system rather than holding all the information within the SmartRed's uniform management system. Now, it's important to note before I go on to talk about the functionality here that most of what I'm going to say can be done on a standalone basis within SmartRed. However, if you have an ERP system that is the core function of how you create, manage, fulfill orders, it usually makes sense to connect up with this ERP system at some point along the journey. This may be done in phases, and each of these elements of functionality can be added on at a different time, but I wanted to give you a comprehensive list of what you can include. So firstly, the first thing that you can integrate with an ERP system is that you can integrate for all of your product catalogue and information. So if you have a system that has all of your product descriptions, images, set pricing, any safety sheets or other documentation that goes alongside your product data, then rather than you having to update this twice in two separate systems, usually we'll connect them both together so you can only update them in one area, but it will automatically publish any updates to both platforms. The second thing that's easy to push through and pull notification through from is the orders. So in general, people will place orders within the SmartRed platform. We can email them, but usually if we're going to connect up with an ERP, we'll push these orders digitally through to your ERP system so fulfillment can start immediately. Conversely, you can also pull back any order statuses, any order fulfillment, any delivery tracking. Again, if you have that connected up through your ERP system, we can pull this information and display it to the customer when they log on to their records within SmartRed. Something that you can also connect up with is any inventory stock information. So if you want your customers to know if something is in stock or potentially it's not in stock, but there's an estimated lead time for the delivery, we can pull all of this information so you can, per product, per customer, allow them to understand when they're likely to expect the delivery of all those items. You can manage your customers within your ERP system, and therefore we'll pull the relevant information through to the SmartRed platform so that it's tailored to each one of your customers. Now that can be different delivery addresses, it can be your contract pricing, it can be their dedicated carriage charges or anything else that you would tend to hold within your ERP system. Some ERP systems also allow us to go and fetch prior order details, invoice details. It might allow some people to request duplicate invoices, and all of this can be managed through SmartRed, so your customer never needs to chase you internally, but we'll be pulling all this information through from your ERP system. And last but not least, we can also pull any additional analytics or reporting that you might want to send to your customers based on stock that you have in place for them, any SLAs or KPIs that you have for your contract. They can access this all through different dashboards within SmartRed if we connect up that system with your ERP. So that hopefully gives you a comprehensive overview of the types of information that we can pass to and from both systems to make it user-friendly for your customers, but also for you administering the portal. It's also important to note that SmartRed is not an ERP-specific platform. We'll connect up with any system that has API documentation available. And as I mentioned before, this can be done in phases when it's the right time for you and your business. So if you would like more information or if you have any questions on this, please pop them in the comments and I will come back to you as soon as I can.